This program brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, the Mercedes-AMG, the all-new GT four-door coupe. Because life is a race, visit your local dealership test drive today. If you missed any of the interviews from the Mercedes-AMG Man Cave, go to the Dan Patrick Show app. Watch and listen from inside the Mercedes-AMG Man Cave. Mercedes-AMG driving performance. He is the all-pro tight end for the San Francisco 49ers. He's George Kittle, who joins us on the program. George, good morning. Thanks for joining us. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thanks so much for having me. How you doing?
How are you feeling?
Feeling great. You kidding me?
Well, you came back from the injury. I didn't know if after you play, if you're banged up or you still feel it.
Honestly, I think I'm just more sore from missing out on a couple weeks and not being hit. So, shoulders, legs are just sore from that. But overall, just ready to roll.
Did you watch the game last night?
I did. They're pretty good.
Now, are you more interested in watching Lamar Jackson as a viewer, or are you watching the Ravens defense because you have to go up against them next game?
Well, watching Lamar Jackson is pretty special. There's not really anyone that does what he does. Just their offense in general. It was really fun. I was watching it last night with Fred Warner, so I was asking him, hey man, what are your thoughts? And he was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait till Wednesday where we have our game plan set up.
Well,
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin his night because he's got to be thinking, oh my God. And then how do you replicate that, George, in practice? Who's going to play the role of Lamar Jackson for your defense?
Oh wow. I don't know. We'll probably. I don't know because he can do it all. You can't really put a wide receiver there because you need someone that can throw the ball like he can, and that's why I'm not a coach, and I just kind of show up to work every day and deal with what they give me. So I don't have to make those decisions.
Who do you pattern yourself after?
Say again, sorry.
Who do you pattern yourself after as a player?
I don't know. I think I just kind of try to take from as many different guys that I can see, and just I watch everyone on film and stuff like that, and I just try to take little tidbits from everybody, and just try to see, try to make what works for me, go, and whether that's run blocking stuff from certain guys or receiving stuff from other guys, I just try to get a little bit from everybody.
Well, give me some names here, George.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. I don't think you could watch enough, Gronk film. That's one person I kind of grew up watching, especially in college. I watched a ton of his film. I always love watching Hunter Henry. I watched a bunch of him when he was at Arkansas too when I was in college, but especially now, you can't ever watch enough Travis Kelce. There's honestly we have so many good tight ends in this league. I have a list of guys I go through almost every single week, and they all do such incredible things. So I just try to get a little bit from all of them.
More important footwork.
Especially last night, I like watching Mark Andrews. He's fun to watch too.
Yeah, they got a couple of tight ends on that team, but more important footwork or your hands as a tight end.
In the run game or pass game?
Well, just overall.
Who? Wow. That's a tough one. I'm a big believer of your footwork because if you can get open, you can probably catch the ball. And in your run game, if you have good footwork, then you don't really have to have that good of hands as long as you have good pad placement and you got inside arms. And so I'm a big believer in the good footwork because that's one thing that's definitely elevated in my game in the last 2 years. What
happens when you have the ball that nobody's around you? Like it feels like that's tougher than the tough catches. Does that make sense? Where the ones
no, trust me, that's the thing.
Have you had one of those moments where it was just too easy and you dropped it?
I know. I had one my rookie year. I had a shallow for that probably would have gone for like 40 yards and a touchdown against the Cardinals, and I just let bounce off my hips. That was a fun one. Thanks for bringing that one up, man.
What's it like during film session when that comes? You know it's coming. What's it like?
Yeah. Not fun. It's just kind of like, well, you know what? You just got to make the play. That's really all it is. And luckily my tight end coach John Embry's he's not too much of a gets in your face and stuff like that. He's like, hey, look, we put you in a position to make the play. You just got to go make it. And so, but luckily I haven't had too many of those since then.
When did you know you were good?
I thought I was good when I was playing catch in the backyard with my dad at like the age of 3.
Okay.
So, that's just kind of a dream I always had was playing in the NFL, and so I just did everything I could to get to that. And whether it was practicing, lifting weights, running, whatever it was, everything that I did was towards my goal of being in the NFL. And I think just kind of those hard work and those characteristics just kind of helped me out along the way.
But you went to high school in Norman, Oklahoma, right?
Yes, I did.
But you went to Iowa.
Yes.
What happened?
Oh, well, my dad played at Iowa.
Oh, okay. But you didn't want to stay at home.
No, I mean, Iowa's kind of always a dream school for me.
Okay.
Because I lived in Iowa City for I think 8 years. So I mean, I grew up. I had season tickets to Iowa games in Kinnick Stadium back when Dallas Clark was playing. Bob Sanders. I mean, I had season tickets to I think until 2007.
Oh, okay. Because I know your dad was on the '82 Rose Bowl team.
He was, yeah.
Yeah. Who's the best athlete in the family?
My mom probably.
Your wife she's a basketball player at Iowa, right?
She is. My mom's actually High School Hall of Fame for softball and basketball. Though.
I love that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tip the cap to her.
That's smart. That's probably the right thing to do. We're talking to George Kittle, the Niners tight end. You graduated. What was your degree? Communications.
Communications with a minor in entrepreneurship.
All right. What are you going to do with the communications degree?
I'm going to keep talking to you.
Well, I saw where your teammates roughed you up a little bit, where you got a lot of camera time the other night, and you're like the player version of Jerry Jones. Is that what they're calling you?
Yeah, I've heard that one a couple times. It's pretty funny, actually. I enjoy that one.
Why were you getting all the camera time? I mean, Garoppolo's the good-looking guy.
Whoa, okay. You're right. No, you're right. That's true. It's true. He is. I don't know. I think it's just because I might make such a fool of myself up in the box when I'm cheering for my guys. It's hard for me to hold back any emotion, so I might be entertaining to watch sometimes. Do
you make a fool out of yourself on purpose?
No, I just love the game so much. I just try not to hold anything back. So whether that's I just enjoy it too much, and so I never really hold anything back.
Well, it's been a great start, and I think people would sign up for Niners-Ravens right now for the Super Bowl. That would be pretty entertaining. Have fun against.
I'd want to watch that too.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. Have fun against the Ravens. That defense is, people are forgetting about the defense. They're talking about Lamar Jackson. That defense is good, George.
Yeah, no, I watched last night. Trust me, I did not miss a thing. They are a very talented squad, and I am really looking forward to see what we're going to do against them. Well,
you're a really talented tight end. Glad that you're getting some exposure. I know that we in the media guilty of that East Coast bias, but you're every bit as good as any tight end in the NFL. And good luck with the rest of the regular season.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. That means a lot coming from you. So thank you so much. Thanks for having me on.
That's George Kittle, the Niners tight end.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.